The 5 people who survived their own execution. What happens when the final punishment fails? When the state gathers its witnesses, carries out the sentence, and fully expects a body, only for the condemned to keep breathing? It sounds impossible, but history contains a handful of terrifying exceptions. These are people who stood on the gallows, sat in the electric chair, or faced a firing squad and somehow lived. Some were freed, some were forced to face death again. All of them walked through the moment that was supposed to end everything. Number 5. Anne Greene. In 1650, a young servant named Anne Greene was convicted in England for allegedly murdering her newborn child. The evidence was deeply questionable. The baby had likely been stillborn, but under the brutal law of the time, a hidden pregnancy alone could turn suspicion into a death sentence. Anne was taken to the gallows in Oxford and hanged before a public crowd. She dangled for about half an hour, long enough for everyone present to assume it was over. Her body was cut down, placed in a coffin, and sent to doctors for dissection. Then the impossible happened. When the coffin was opened, the doctors noticed faint movement. Anne was still alive. They quickly began trying to revive her, pouring warm liquids into her mouth, rubbing her body, and working to bring her breathing back. Slowly, against all logic, she recovered. Her survival stunned everyone. Authorities concluded that because the execution had technically been carried out, and because her return seemed almost providential, she would not be forced to face death again. Anne received a pardon, was released, later married, and went on to have children. A woman condemned to die ended up outliving the sentence completely. Number 4. Joseph Samuel. In 1803, Joseph Samuel was led to the gallows in Sydney after being convicted during the early penal colony period of Australia. The charge was linked to a robbery and the death of a police officer, and the punishment was simple: hanging. The first rope snapped. The crowd gasped, but officials prepared a second attempt. The second rope snapped too. Now people in the audience were no longer just shocked. They were whispering that something supernatural was happening. A third rope was brought in. Samuel was positioned once more. Again, the execution failed. What made the scene even stranger was that the mechanism worked perfectly when they tested it without Lee standing on it, but every time he was placed over the door, it jammed. After 3 failures, officials decided they could not continue. Public opinion was already shifting, and the idea of forcing a 4th attempt felt monstrous even by the standards of the time. Lee's sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. Years later, he was released. He became known forever as the man they could not hang, a living contradiction to the finality of capital punishment. If these stories already feel unreal, subscribe now, because the top 2 get even more shocking, and the final case involves a firing squad, a point-blank shot to the head, and a man who still survived. Number 2. Willie Francis. Willie Francis was only 17 when Louisiana strapped him into the electric chair in 1946. He had been convicted of murder, and like many black defendants in the Jim Crow South, he had gone through a system that gave him little real chance. Then the execution began. Except it did not work. The portable electric chair had reportedly been set up improperly. When the switch was thrown, the current surged through Willie's body, but it was not enough to kill him. Witnesses heard him scream in agony, begging them to stop. He was conscious, he was in pain, and he was still alive. The execution was halted. For a brief moment, it seemed possible that surviving such horror might spare him. His lawyers argued exactly that, saying a second execution would amount to cruel and unusual punishment. The case went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. The court ruled against him. A year later, Willie Francis was placed back in the chair. This time, the execution succeeded. That's what makes his story one of the darkest on this list. He did survive his own execution, but instead of freedom, he was forced to go back and face the same death a second time. Number 1. Wenceslao Moguel. At number 1 is the most physically unbelievable survival story of them all. During the Mexican Revolution in 1915, Wenceslao Moguel was captured by government forces and sentenced to execution by firing squad. He was lined up, shot multiple times, and collapsed. Then, to make sure he was dead, a soldier stepped forward and fired a final shot directly into his head at close range. That should have been the end. It wasn't. Moguel somehow survived. Accounts differ on exactly how he escaped, but the broad facts remain the same. Despite multiple bullets and a final shot to the head, he lived. He later recovered, though the injuries left his face permanently scarred. His survival became so extraordinary that he was eventually featured by Ripley's Believe It or Not and became known as El Fusilado, the executed one. Unlike the others on this list, Moguel didn't survive because of a jammed trapdoor or a legal decision. He survived the full violence of a firing squad and a final close-range shot that should have made survival impossible. Execution is meant to be the point of no return. That's what gives it its terrifying finality. But these 5 stories prove that even death sentences can fail. Greene came back from the coffin and rebuilt her life. Joseph Samuel and John Lee survived because the gallows failed them again and again. Willie Francis endured the unimaginable, only to be forced back into it. And Wenceslao Moguel walked away from bullets that should have ended everything. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more true stories that sound impossible but aren't, like the video and subscribe, because sometimes even the most final sentence in the world still isn't the end. What makes these cases even more unsettling is how differently the world reacted to each survivor. Greene was treated like a miracle and allowed to live. Joseph Samuel became a symbol of divine intervention. John Lee became a living contradiction the justice system could barely explain. Willie Francis was shown the coldest version of the law, where survival bought him nothing but another appointment with death. And Wenceslao Moguel became proof that the human body can sometimes endure violence far beyond what anyone thinks possible. These stories are not just strange historical accidents, they expose a deeper fear built into every execution, the fear that the system might fail, and that once it does, nobody agrees on what justice is supposed to look like next. They also remind us that death in history was never as certain as official records pretend. Ropes snapped, trapdoors jammed, electricity failed, bullets missed what they were meant to destroy. In those moments, certainty turned into panic for all.